Okay. Up next, I'm going to give you my Super Bowl 55 contenders. We're at the halfway point, and I believe there are 5 teams that can win Super Bowl 55. Okay? Now, there are 4 teams I consider for this for my Super Bowl bubble. Those teams are the Saints, the Titans, the Rams, and the Ravens. Those teams are on the outside looking in. Those teams could easily win the Super Bowl, but I just think those 4 teams are missing something. Drew Brees, to me, is not quite the same quarterback that he once was. The Saints have an inconsistent defense. The Titans don't have much of a pass rush. They've gotten fat on bad teams. Same thing with the Rams. They've gotten fat on bad teams. Outside of being Chicago, they've not had an impressive win all year. They're very inconsistent. And the Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson's great and dynamic, but when it's time to put up or shut up in the playoffs, I cannot trust Lamar Jackson in this team. And like I mentioned earlier, they will have to beat Kansas City. They will have to beat Pittsburgh, and they will probably have to beat Tennessee to get to the Super Bowl. And those 3 teams over the last 3 years have given the Baltimore Ravens problems. So, can't trust the Ravens to win a Super Bowl. The following 5 teams are the teams I'm 100% confident that if they get enough breaks, they can win the Super Bowl. One of the following 5 teams is going to win Super Bowl 55. The Green Bay Packers, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Seattle Seahawks. And what do all 5 of these teams have in common? These are my 5 Super Bowl teams halfway through the season, okay? These are the 5 teams that I believe are the true Super Bowl 55 contenders. What do all these teams have in common? They have quarterbacks that I can trust to win big games. Patrick Mahomes has won a Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers has won a Super Bowl. Ben Roethlisberger has won a Super Bowl, multiple Super Bowls. Russell Wilson, he's won a Super Bowl, been to multiple Super Bowls. And Tom Brady, we know what he's about when it comes to Super Bowls. When I look at the running backs, all these teams, Green Bay, they have a star running back. Kansas City, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Le'Veon Bell, they're pretty good. By the way, Green Bay's running back is Aaron Jones. For those of you that don't know who he is, okay? If you don't know who Aaron Jones is, you need to pay attention because he's really good, okay? But Kansas City, Green Bay, good run game. Pittsburgh, you know what's interesting? Because the Pittsburgh Steelers probably have the worst run game out of all these teams, but because Pittsburgh's offensive line is so good, it really doesn't matter who you plug in at running back, whether it's Benny Snell or James Conner, they can run the football effectively. Not to mention Ronald Jones, he's had a great year for Tampa Bay, and when the Seattle Seahawks get their entire running back core fully healthy, they have a very good run game as well. The offensive lines. Green Bay, really good offensive line. Kansas City, really good offensive line. Pittsburgh, really good offensive line. Tampa Bay, much improved offensive line. And Seattle, I mentioned how their offensive line was not ranked very high according to Pro Football Focus earlier. That offensive line can get by. It's a good enough offensive line to win a Super Bowl. It's no longer a liability for this team. The wide receiver core, the weapons for this team, the Green Bay Packers, Devontae Adams, he's special. Now, I do worry about Green Bay's supporting cast outside of Devontae Adams, but there's been a lot of other teams that have won Super Bowls that did not have a Devontae Adams on their squad. So you can win a Super Bowl with the wide receiver core that Green Bay has. Kansas City, we know they have A-plus weapons. Same thing with the Steelers. They have weapons galore. The Buccaneers, they have weapons galore. And DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett for Seattle, you can get by with those guys. Defensively, for these teams, Tampa Bay, they have a great defense. Pittsburgh, they have a great defense. Kansas City, they have a very good defense. Not a great defense, but a very good defense. And while Green Bay and Seattle have struggled at times on defense, I look at some of the players they have. Seattle, they got Jamal Adams and Bobby Wagner. You look at Green Bay, they got Jair Alexander, the Smith brothers, Kenny Clark. I can see a scenario where if Seattle and Green Bay, if their defenses just hold teams to under 30 points during their run to the Super Bowl, they can win the whole thing. Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers are good enough to win a Super Bowl if you hold teams to under 30 points. Will that happen? Maybe, maybe not. We shall see. So there you have it. One of the following 5 teams will win Super Bowl 55. The Green Bay Packers, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Pittsburgh Steelers, or the Seattle Seahawks. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Please also note that the Juiciest Sports Podcast is not just a YouTube channel. It is available on all podcasting platforms, including Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this content with all your friends. This podcast is my favorite thing in the entire world right now. It is my passion. And I want more people to listen to this podcast. I really want this podcast to grow. Also, a fun fact about me is that I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I am looking to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. And I potentially would like to start my own network if this podcast really truly grows. Or if I fall short of that goal, I would love to work for a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. I am open to all networks. So if you believe in my dreams and you see or hear my passion through the screen, be sure to tell all your friends about the Juiciest Sports Podcast. Stay motivated, you guys. Have a God bless day, and I'm out.